And healthy eating can really make a big difference in how we feel. It can improve our attitude, it can improve how we physically feel. And so it's really important to make sure that we're having good nutrition, especially as an older adult. We're going to look at My Plate for older adults. This is, I like this because it is a good visual way of being able to see exactly what we should be putting on our plates. If you notice, now fruits and vegetables promote good health, and they reduce the risk of heart disease, diabetes, and even some cancers. Now, most of these foods on the left-hand side here have little or no fat and no cholesterol. And we want to be thinking about this kind of in the way of like a rainbow. We want to try and have all the colors of the rainbow on our plate. It's easy to get our fruits in many different ways. There's several different way is making smoothies. Smoothies are kind of a popular thing right now. And just taking ice and your choice of a frozen fruit, a berry, or any of that kind of, and blending that. My favorite is to use bananas, and maybe put a little bit of peanut butter in there because that adds to the protein. So that's kind of a fun way to get our fruits. For vegetables, again, we want to try to remember our rainbow theme here and use a lot of colors. A good way to also get some vegetables is in some of your low sodium soups, like a vegetable soup or tomato soup. All of those are really good and appropriate ways to get your vegetables throughout the day. That a quarter of our plate is dedicated to grains. And we want to try and eat as many whole grains as we can. Things made from whole grains give us energy and fiber. And fiber, you also get a lot of fiber from your fruits and vegetables as well. But fiber is important because it helps aid in our digestion and it helps us to avoid being constipated. Our bottom section here is for protein. And proteins are often called the body's building blocks. Are like hard-boiled eggs, any of our beans or legumes, peanut butter like I mentioned before in my smoothie. Non-fat or low-fat yogurt or cheeses is also very good. We also want to make sure to include dairy in our diet every day. Protein is also found in dairy products, and we want to have at least 2 to 3 cups a day of milk products. Our dairy products give us vitamin D as well as calcium. Our last section here is our oils and fats. Now, fat is also important to include in the diet because it is a source of energy and it helps us to maintain healthy organs and skin and hair. And fats also help our body absorb many vitamins. It's important to remember that fats, although important in our body, they are very high in calories. And because we move less as we age, our caloric intake, or the amount of calories that we need to take in, also needs to decrease. But our nutrient requirements do not. So we want to make sure to try to take in nutrient-dense foods. And these are foods that have lots of nutrients but are relatively low in calories. And so, if we stay hydrated, it helps to prevent constipation and dehydration. Besides water, other good choices are unsweetened tea, low-fat or fat-free milk, and 100% fruit juice. There are 4 immunizations that are recommended for the aging adult. The first one is influenza. The second one is pneumococcal or pneumonia. The third is the shingles, and this is a one-time vaccination. And the fourth is a tetanus vaccination. And this we only need to get a booster every 10 years. There are approximately 42,000 adults in the United States that die each year from vaccine-preventable diseases. And 90% of those are from the aging population. Immunizations are strongly recommended as a way to prevent disease. And adult coverage is very, very low. In fact, if you were to look at statistics of how many people are getting their immunizations each year, just a little bit above 60% of older adults are getting their flu vaccinations. Only about 60% get the pneumonia vaccination. And the shingles is just a little over 50%, and a surprising only about 10% of people are getting their tetanus